What's up, YouTube? It's OG, and over the past weekend, I had the pleasure of playing in my first LAN event. So, me and my team actually flew out to Dallas, and we got to play in DreamHack NA Open, and it was such a crazy experience. I'm not sure if some of you guys watched, so just in case, I won't spoil it, but I'm sure a lot of you already know the results and everything that happened. But yeah, it was just so cool, like meeting everyone and just playing at a LAN event was really surreal. So definitely excited for future upcoming ones. And I'm not sure if you can realize, but I'm also like a little sick. I get like pretty sick when I travel. I don't know what it is. But I have like a fever and stuff right now. But my voice is kind of messed up too, and my nose is clogged, as you guys can hear. But I really wanted to get this video out to you, so I'm gonna try getting back on the YouTube grind. Hopefully daily uploads, at least like 4 or 5 times a week. I'll try daily at first. Chief Fan Don John kind of gave me a little pep talk in Dallas, so I'm definitely gonna be pumping out videos a lot more consistently now. But so we ended up playing Nova White in the finals, and before that we swept first round, we swept second round, and then the finals. And yeah, it was really good games. It was kind of a weird format, so we chose to play Siege first, and that's what I'll be showing today. And just because the games were so long, it was best of 5 per like each mode, and first to win 3 modes won the match. So Siege was definitely a long one. So I'll cover that today, and then tomorrow I'll make another video covering the rest. So without any further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so you can see they got to choose the first map. I kind of forget the name. It might be Straight Shot. Don't quote me on that, but I think it's Straight Shot. It's one of the newer ones that got released. So you'll see we are the exact same comp. There were no brawler bans in this tournament, so that was the only like crappy part about it. But you'll see I'm on a Barley, Korai's on a Barley, and I'm on Carl. So that's definitely tough until I get my super. So I'm trying to like get some value, but I'm just feeding at this point. I should have just like cut over. And it would have been great if Squashy hit that pull there, but that's a tough pull, and it's really tough until I can get like that super, or just something that makes it easier for me to get across these walls. So he kind of wastes his super, and you can see I finally like start hitting some people, and my job here is to make sure the Barley doesn't get on our safe. On defense, Alec and Squashy kind of focus more on the robot. I definitely want to go for that Barley just because he does all the damage. So you see I do a really aggressive play, and I do take him out. Squashy's going long so he can pull the robot, and that's pretty good defense. They only did like 13%, and the second wave we're up a bolt right now. But they do have position, and you can see Mateus has pull. So just until I get my super, we decided to switch sides just because Alec's a little tankier, and it's really hard for me to get a good angle on him without my super. So now I did get my super, I can kind of go back over there, but first I want to help Alec clear outside. So Squashy actually takes out the Barley, and it's tied right now, and we're kind of like taking over the map slowly. So once Carl gets in that position, he can do like a lot of work, and you see me just like trying to be a little aggressive so I can like keep getting that bolt, and we do manage to grab the second robot. So the only issue with Jean and Rosa is that they're both like really great on defense. Jean obviously has the pull, so I want to try blocking the pull. I also want to take out Korai, but I'm too low HP. If I went in there, I'd die. So one of the main reasons they chose Barley instead of Carl is just the safe damage potential. It's insane. So you can see we did 2% there, which definitely isn't the strongest push. Nice pull from Squashy there to get Mateus. And the Barley is just, having his way with that side until we can like break those walls open. Unfortunately, Squashy misses another pull. The Barley is just gonna like dominate that side pretty much. So you can see he's like really pinching us over now and just doing so much work. Nice pull there. It like dragged a bolt over to them too. And yeah, again, just Alex having a tough time. I was having a tough time. It's just like a matchup issue. We probably should have chose Barley on this map, and like you can just see how effective it is. So same thing. I want to go for Korai here so he doesn't get unsafe, but It's tough just because he has that angle. I don't want to waste my super, but I decided to just go for it, and kind of a really crappy ult, and this whole defense was like really sloppy on our part, so I'm doing my best to keep him unsafe, but they have a Rosa with super unsafe, and like Mateus is even getting in there, so they did so much damage there, and I was like a little nervous for this game just because it was the finals, and felt like there was like a lot of expectations on me. I don't like, this was the only game in the entire tournament I was nervous of, pretty much. So you can see I didn't like really play my best. Squashy's been missing a good amount of pulls too. This definitely wasn't our strongest game as a team. We're hoping to get something done with the last siege here. It's a pretty strong bot. 13, 14, and we'll probably get 1 or 2 more, which, it's a good sized robot. Nice pull from Squashy there. The Rosa doesn't have super, which is really good for us. I don't think Jean has super either. So as long as we can avoid feeding them, that'd be huge. Corey gets a good ult off, and see right here, Alec should block that. If he blocked that, I think we could have won this one, but you can see there's just like not enough damage to go around. We get close. If he blocked that, I think we would have won that, but unfortunately we lose by 9% on that one, so that's definitely a tough loss. Okay, so next up we have personally my favorite siege map, and that is bot drop, just because you can go off meta here. You can see they chose to stick with the Jean instead of the Brock. I personally like the Brock. It takes like more skill, and it's like more effective if you can use it properly. So we're up 1-0. Everyone's just kind of feeling each other out. I'm like hitting Corey a bit. The more open I can get this map, the better it is for us. But I also want to coordinate my supers with when we get robot pushes. And even on defenses, you can catch them like overextending, and you can get some good value. So it's pretty even right now, but Squashy does have that Pam HP. Alex going on Mateus just to like block out that pull. He kind of wastes his super there, but we do get the first robot, which is pretty huge on this map, especially if you have a comp with a Brock in it, just because once you break that wall open. So I need to stay alive here. Cora tries taking me out because I am primarily the damage, unless Squashy gets on safe, but that's pretty tough to do. So Mateus is going for me. You can see he probably could have pulled me there, but he chose not to for whatever reason, and I think that really screwed up their first defense, because look at that damage. Like, if he pulled me, like, we wouldn't have been able to break the wall, and we already get them down to 42%, which is huge. So they definitely have a more control-y comp with the Jean. It's just really good for chipping. I'm sure you guys are all pretty aware of what Jean does by now, but see, they'll pull Alec. Nice super from him to get out with the bolt, and we're just kind of clamping around the Pam turret. Like I said, the more open the map gets, the better it is for us. And they're definitely gonna get this robot. We know that at this time, so we're just trying to steal any bolts that we can. I screwed up a little bit there. I think if I went more aggressive earlier, I could have got that, but we managed to grab 2 bolts that entire round, which definitely not ideal, but they don't have a wall break as long as we don't give Mateus value. Alec knows that, so he makes him waste his pull. Nice play from him. Squashy just suicides so he can come back with that shield, and now Alec's back with that shield too. And I'm just going to go up the side because I know they can defend this. And the main thing with this map is getting spawn trapped. So I know if I take Core out, we can just like come up the left side if needed, make them pinch over to the right side, and it's 3-on-2 as long as we can all get out there. So you can see I'm just dominating the left side now, sniping Corey a little bit, and then Alec and Squashy are kind of just hanging out over there, like grabbing whatever bolts they can. And just because I took Corey out, that like let the transition from defense to like mid control go a lot smoother, and you can see Squashy snagging all those bolts. So it's looking like we're gonna get this robot, and most likely we can finish it just because we have the walls wide open. We have a Brock, and I mean we did 60% around that with like a level 3 bot. Now we got a level 9 coming down. So definitely a really solid game from us, and I definitely like the Brock pick over the Jean here. Mateus tries pulling it. Squashy's blocking it out. Really heads up play from him. He knew he was in there trying to do that, so good IQ from Squashy. And, that's pretty much game. We got a Pam on safe, we got a healthy robot on safe, and Alex just there chipping it too. Little spin from Alex, just, you know, we have, I guess you can call it a rivalry with this team. So there is BM. Okay, so next map, again, I have no idea what it's called. Sorry for this. Maybe assembly attack, I want to say. I don't know. I'm awful with the new siege names. But you'll see we have the same comps as the first match. And they really like their Barley. I like my Carl. I can play Barley too. I just think like Carl's a little more effective on this map than Barley. Obviously, Barley has like great DPS, but you know, there's like the walls are like not as thick as they were on the last one. So I have like a lot more space to juke if I get on the Barley, and you know, once we break like one or two of those walls, he's not going to be that effective. So you can see he does overextend there. Mateus miscalculates a little bit, and I managed to body block for Alec, keeping him alive. Squashy whiffs a super. But, you know, we got a really strong robot coming down. We got every single bolt that one, and we just got another one for the next one, so it's looking really good for us right now. But they do have that Jean and that Rosa, so the first push, I mean, obviously there's like pushes like last game where you're going to do all this damage, but a lot of it is just for mid control, you know. Mid control is like this entire game mode, so if you can like maintain it for a majority of the game, odds are you will win. So we do get 21 damage, which actually isn't that bad for without having like a main DPS stealer like a Brock, a Barley, something like that. And you can see Alex doing a really good job just pinching over on Corey. I choose to super because the longer I can avoid giving Rosa her super, the better it is for us. And you know, Sai just takes way too much damage there, and we do take him out, and he used a super. Nice pull from Squashy there, and you know, it's a 2v1 right here, so we can definitely like take Mateus out, and we have complete mid control, even though they are most likely going to get this robot. Actually, I think it's a tie. Oh no, okay, we get it like 1 second too late. It's not that big of a deal just because Alec has his super, Squashy's getting close, I have my super so I can focus on Korai, and you know, you'll see I take him out here pretty easily, I think. Yeah, just spinning on him, and there's not really anything you can do there. That's why I like Carl on defense against Barley. I get too close to Sai, which, you know, my mistake. But I do spawn in with my shield, so they don't really have the best push here. They get, yeah, 4%, which definitely not the strongest push. And now we have a really big lead for the second robot, so it's looking good. Mateus just whiffs his super. I want to get that and just run away, because obviously we want as strong a robot as possible, and there's no way I'm killing Sai there, so you know, Carl super, it's really useful against Barley's on defense, but besides that, it's mainly just kind of running away in Siege, not like feeding. Like obviously you can take them out too if it's like the rain thing. I kind of wasted there, that was really bad super. But look how strong this robot's going to be, 12-1, and we do have a lead already for the next one, so 3-1 for the final siege if we don't finish it here. Odds are we won't. Squashy wants to pull Mateus there, which would have been like a really good pull because, you know, that would obviously cancel out bringing the robot back, but unfortunately he does miss it. And I'm just trying to chip it down because I am the DPS, but you can just see the defense. That's why Siege is kind of screwed up right now, just because it's so defensive. Squashy misses another super there on Mateus. Would have been nice if you could hit that, but we're looking pretty good right now. We do have 3-1 lead. I managed to take out Mateus. Now me and Alec are kind of doubling up on Sai. When Carl gets in the mid like that, I can literally just like have my way with pretty much everyone on their lanes, and you know, you can just see like how effective it is. Mateus whiffs another super, and you know, I really think Carl was the better pick here than Barley, just because they got one robot and we defended it pretty flawlessly. So Squashy, I don't know what was wrong with him, but definitely not his best game for hitting those pulls. He got a few good ones, but and you can see like the BM, just like I said, there's a bit of a rivalry with this team. So yeah, BM was to be expected. So that makes the series 2-1, and you know, it's best of 5. So if we get one more, then we take the siege match. Okay, so I think this one is nuts and bolts, I'm pretty sure. So I think, okay, no, they chose no Carl so they could have Jean. Pretty sure Jean is literally like the only brawler Mateus played like the entire match, even excluding Siege. Maybe a Spike once. But anyways, so they definitely get mid control earlier on, and I think the Jean was the better pick here. To be honest, that pull on defense, I mean, you guys see how useful it is. So Alec pushing up on Korai a bit. Me and Squashy trying to double team side. Mateus decides to shoot his own safe for whatever reason. Probably just like a misclick, assuming. But anyways, they do get the first robot, and fortunately side just takes me out. And you know, we got to watch Korai coming up, but obviously we want to focus on the bot too. So Squash is going to take Korai. I'm going to try getting as much damage as I can. Side does get a little ahead of the robot here, but you know, he pops his shield. We do take him out, but there's just like a lot of damage. It's not too bad actually. So they do around 20%, and Squashy did a good job holding off Korai there. If Korai got unsafe, that would have been pretty brutal. So, you know, obviously just trying to like stay alive, grab as many of those as possible. I waste my super, you know, that was really crappy on my part. Squashy Korai just having a Barley fight. I choose to come double up because Barley is a really big threat, and you know, Mateus has super, so I can't really contest that, especially with the Rosa there. So I do manage to take out Korai, but he is going to spawn in with the robot here, and you know, good super from Squashy, kind of zoning a little bit. Would have been good if we could take out Psy there, but unfortunately we cannot. And Squashy's keeping Korai back really well. And me and Alec have to deal with this. Robot coming in, you know, Psy is super, I get taken out. Alec gets Gene pulled. So we're just trying to like minimize as much damage as possible. Hopefully we can get the next one, and you know, they've only done 37%, which with a Barley, like Squashy's been defending that Barley really well, so this is definitely still within comeback reach. And that Gene though is just really such a threat. It really like it limits us with how high we can go up. Good ult from Squashy clearing out the mid, and Alec does get taken out. That's the danger of the Gene pull. Excuse me. And you know, 8-6, ideally we get a tie here, and I'm trying to like let that happen, but unfortunately it doesn't. They get it 1 second too late, and you know, 9 is really a dangerous number for the final siege, so we gotta like get some good damage and defend this like flawlessly. I take out Mateus here, and just Squashy needs to get on the safe, which he is doing right now. But it's not looking too good. They have 10 bolts already, and they're up in damage, so definitely not where we want to be at this point in the game. That Gene is just such a threat, so we need to get like literally every single bolt. Unfortunately he gets that one off. Side picks up a bolt too, and he just gets that one off, so we're getting like a little unlucky, like a few like more just like any earlier and we would have got those bolts, but it's not looking too good for the boys. So we kind of knew we lost at this point. I think I started spinning or something just because, you know, not much else I can do. I just want to get it over with, and then we can get them back the next game hopefully. So yeah, you can see me spinning a little bit. I don't really care if we get like, if they get 100 owed. If they take out our save. Sorry, really tired and sick, guys. Sorry for the crappy commentary. But yeah, you can see they take out the safe, and that Gene was definitely the better pick over the Carl. So it all comes down to the next game, and that depends, or that decides who wins the siege set. Alright, so the last and final siege map, you can see, do we have mirror comps, or no, I think they have a Barley again. Yeah, they have a Barley. So whoever wins this one takes the set, and this map's good for Barley, but Carl, it's like the other one that they played Barley on and I played Carl. There's like a lot more room to work with your Carl here, so it's gonna be tough until I can get that super and just kind of poke, or until like Squashy breaks a few walls. But you can see I already got a few hits off, not on the Barley. He's using his walls really well. Good pull from Squashy here, and I can just kind of like walk through the fire and grab that, and hopefully I can grab that middle one too. and I just kind of use my HP. Try not to feed the barley just because the super is very annoying. And luckily we do get the first robot. Mateus whiffs his super on Alec, and I gotta be getting close to my super at this point. So I'm sure you guys have heard me say this, but Carl is the DPS mainly in this comp, so I want to get as close to the safe as possible. I take out Psy there, and we decide Mateus doesn't have his pull, let's just go around. He does grab his pulls, so we don't go too far up. Alec does get taken out, and Squashy gets taken out too, unfortunately, so it's just all up to me right now. I'm not gonna make any crazy plays. I just don't want to lose complete control of the map, so I choose to let Alec pick that up so I can go more aggressive, and I think it turns out pretty well. I take out Mateus here, and then I go on Korai, and then I get a nice double kill that completely opens up the map. And you can see it's a 2-on-1 right now, so Psy's definitely not in the ideal situation for him. Mateus whiffs another super, and Squashy does hit his super. That's going to be huge, especially with the barley, because look at all those walls he took out. I definitely want to go get those. It's very tempting. I think he has his pull too, so I do manage to take him out, but they're in the safe, or in their Ike turret's range, whatever you want to call it, the safe's range. Nice pull from Squashy there, takes out Korai. And at this stage in the game, you'll see the barley is not as effective just because of all the walls that's broken. Even if Alec gets pulled here, he can pop his shield and stay alive, so he knows that, he goes for it. And he does some decent damage to Mateus too, Squashy gets a super. I'm just hanging out with Korai over there. Good pull from Squashy that allows Alec to get a lot closer to his super. So Squashy is definitely outplaying their Gene by a lot this game. You can see he's slapping him. And Korai is not too effective right now, just because look how open it is compared to the start. So we have a really big robot coming in, 19 bolts. So we're all alive too. Mateus does have pull, which we got to watch out for, but I'm gonna try blocking it here. Unfortunately, I don't think I can. Oh, actually, I kind of do, but I delay it a little bit. So that allows all of us to get on safe, and Squashy does miss his pull. They get a decent defense. Obviously, we can't let them get all the bolts, but it's looking pretty good for us right now. I'd way rather be in our position than theirs. There's always a risk when you get the third robot, just the potential of them getting a big last robot, but we're looking pretty good right now. You can see I'm taking out Mateus. I take out Psy too. I don't let him get that bolt, which is huge. And there's actually potential for us to win this robot, which didn't look like it was gonna happen, but we just got that full mid control. I got a nice double kill. And yeah, we do manage to get the last robot, and that's gonna be huge for us. That's gonna allow us to win the siege set. So you can just see the BM coming in pretty thick right now. Definitely a rivalry to say the least with this team. So I was planning to BM in the get-go. And yeah, that's gonna be the siege set. So we're up to a 1-0 lead, and it's best of 5. So each mode. All those games were super close. So that was the mode we chose too, Siege. I think we lost one map on Siege the entire tournament. Yeah, that's already been 20 minutes, guys. So I don't want to make the video too long. I'll do another video tomorrow. Hopefully I'll be feeling a little better too, so my commentary won't be as crappy and I can be more into it. I have a fever and stuff, so that's my excuse for today. But I hope you guys enjoyed the Siege game, and yeah, I'll be back tomorrow with Gem Grab and Brawl Ball, just because Brawl Ball was pretty quick. No spoilers, but it was pretty quick. Alright guys, thank you so much for coming out, and I will see you all again tomorrow. Please like, subscribe, share, all the good stuff, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.